Hello all. Okay, so I'm at the Lochgelly Raceway in Fife. It's for the I'm here to watch the van bangers. I think it's a Scottish Cup or something. There's about 20 odd of them apparently. So I'm also going to watch the pro stocks as well, but I'm just going to record the van bangers and just going to concentrate the video on the van bangers. And I'll get all the footage as usual. If you've seen my videos, this will be the usual format. I'll get the footage of the vans in the pits before the race. I'll get all the heats when they're racing, try and get the lap of honour for the winner, and come back into the pits to get the damage report, show you what the damage is like on the vans. So first thing I'm going to do is look round the pits. You can see quite a few of them already. So I'll turn this round and show you what it's like. So for those that don't know where it is, it's Lochgelly Raceway. It's in Fife in Scotland. It's just 2 miles south of Kildon-Beath Raceway. For those that don't know where it is. Right, let's have a look at the pits. So I'll get some of the footage just before the vans go out on track. This is before the vans have been out, and I'll try and get some pre-photos, pre-race photos before they go out and get destroyed. So there's quite a few, so I'm going to have to be quick. So there are a few van bangers, so I'm going to try and scoot around the pitch and get as much as I can for you before the race. So that's that one there, and then this is a van banger as well. Now I'm trying to get the light on just because it's battery charger here, it's cold and it's dark, so I'm going to have to put the video light on, and the batteries don't like cold. Luckily I've got my battery charger, so I don't really want to spend too long in the pits with the light on because I'm drain the battery, so I'm going to just kind of get around here quickly as I can. So the other formers that are racing tonight are the CC rods, hot rods, I think the junior productions. Pro stocks are running, that's my second favourite because I like bangers in a way, but it's semi-contact. So some of them have been raced, well this one's been raced already. Oh, it's James. So James is, he raced that and it was an ice screamer at one time. He's got it back out, it was an ex-ice cream van. And he's got this back out again tonight. He's obviously repaired it out. A lot of the vans are first time raced. So this has still got, I've got my gloves on, so I really didn't want to be dropping this phone. It's losing. Alright, James. Yeah, still got the original. So James is actually going to be. So I was just hearing there's a 1985 bus here, minibus like. So we're going to get footage of that. There's some old vehicles here. It's an 02 one as well. Admiral Sea Cadets. Well, look at this Admiral Sea Cadets. Still its original plate and everything, and then there's so many actually here. 74. Get the light on so I could show. I've got to really keep a good hold of this phone because I've got my gloves on. I don't want to drop the bloody thing. It's very chilly tonight, but it's actually November the 1st, so I'm expected so. So it's another. God, there's so many. This is nice to. Oops. In comes another. Hey, plenty of numbers here. That's what we like. Lots of numbers, lots of van bangers. Oops. So this one here's just arrived, 94, and you've got this one as well.
Look at the size of that thing.
Oh yeah, this is well painted. Like this has been spent a lot of time.
Look at the size here. It's huge.
Oh aye, this high-sided one. There's four. So I have to get a picture of that because it's obviously they've put a lot of effort.
It's not like the Simpsons in the other
side.
side.
Yeah, that's what the guy was saying actually earlier. Jeez. If you like the Simpsons, then this is the van you would want to to be watching cartoon TV series, The Simpsons. There's obviously a lot of effort gone into preparing this van and painting it all up and everything. It doesn't have its original dashboard, so they've spent a lot of time getting the thing prepared. This one still has its original bumper, radiator and dash is what I like to see. I like to see more originality, just original bits that are left on, because it's more carnage. It's also how it would be like, the actual true sort of carnage of the crashes, the original bits still on it. So we've got this 1985 minibus as well, which is taking part. I've got a picture of that. We've got an 07 plate Peugeot Boxer, which is kind of like your standard sort of size transit van, kind of typical sort of average van, I suppose. It's not really anything out of the ordinary for a transit. It's standard, but then when you come over to this one, you've got this minibus here as well, which Mercedes, which I never saw the front of earlier. I'll take a good.
You see the front of that?
Yeah.
It's got to have a massive steel plate in the front of it.
It's basically like 6 ton. Well, it's a bit rusted, but then of course
like this.
It's got its original dashboard. It's obviously been off the road for a while. I mean, it's been like stored in a.
Yeah. Look at how thick that is, though.
Oh yeah, that's to protect the radiator. Well, there is a bar going down that side on each side there to support it, but the plate's about 1/4 inch thick plate. I'm going to take a guess at that, just to protect the radiator. And original retro looking dashboard, and
Oh, does it?
yeah, it's got the carpet still, the fabric, and even still got the original headliners and all the rest of it, which is what I like to see, all the original stuff. Lights, well, they're off, but the seats are out, but it would be nice if the seats were still in it as well, just as an authentic. I've got a couple of viewers that want to be on YouTube next to this old bus, and you're to watch the banger racing as well, like you're a big fan of the banger racing, like you like buses and cars, van bangers, 2 litre bangers, unlimited bangers, pro stocks. I like pro stocks, they're my second favourite. So I'm going to go around the pit and have a look at that other old bus. Done the badge, what's left of it. So it's W Hamilton minibus hire. Then you've got this big one here.
Used to be a barber shop.
Yeah.
Look at the
Bloody hell.
frame.
The dashboard's kind of still in it. They've chopped part of it off to get the frame in, but the original Mercedes badge and grille and that is still on. I'm trying to get the footage like this. It might have its original engine. Yeah, I think they probably keep the original engines and driveline in them because it's just easier to. If it runs, they'll run it.
See that
maybe
center console? That's where the back of the engine.
But that's right, yeah. And the weight is 4 tons, 4 metric ton, just over. So got a wee bit of weight behind it. 1994 or 95, I think. No, 95, 96, I think. I don't want to drop the camera. Reminds me of that episode of Still Game with Robbie Culture. That's a funny episode. So I was just saying that the model of the bus is like what we used on BBC Scotland's comedy show Still Game, particularly the episode with Robbie Culture called Dial-A-Bus. This type of bus is very similar, if not the same, very similar model to what they used in that episode. And if Still Game fans will know the bus that I'm talking about. Yeah, can't be nice to. So they've got the other Livingston mobile tyres, a high-sided transit van, and there's the sort of kind of high-sided. It's bigger than, it's maybe a jumbo. That's maybe a jumbo size. That's standard or slightly higher sided. So there's all different classes of size of transit van, and not like fully chained up with transits, but there are different makes, different weight sizes, double axle, heights, widths, wheelbases, platforms, if it's a pickup or a panel van or a minibus. There's a lot of varieties because it is a commercial vehicle and they're built to order, a lot of them. So not really like as simple as a car like an estate or a saloon. There's different variations of the transit vans because to say the commercial vehicle they're built to the specification, you know, for the order for the company that's going to be running them basically.
I'm just surprised that they like to take the box back.
Yeah, well, that's the vans we come up with our first year. I'll record all this for years as well. They're just coming out on the track, there's a good few of them. It's James's.
And here the list for our vans, going for the right by this bus. 180 Sean McConaughey always presenting one of the greats and one of the Simpson Wars. I really do hope he does not drive like Roller Simpson though, because he's not going to get anywhere further than that. So down the back straight comes the Simpsons van, give it a round of applause. 226 making his way around there as well. Another van's coming out 245. Bus is coming out there, round of applause. And there's, I think it says Knuckles or Nunchucks or something he's called as he makes his way around. Something to do with Mario, I think, Jay. Just check it on one side as the head round here. And then comes Carl McKellen, gives him a round of applause, 692. All the vans out on track. Just look at that, ladies and gentlemen. All these vans, scrap vans, ready to just get smashed into pieces, thousands and thousands of pieces. The pit gate is closed, and basically you said, who's ready to see all these van buyers get smashed up? Well, how about the Simpsons van? Well, what are they? Street van here on pole position.
Oh, they're also going to be having a firework display as well tonight, I forgot to add. Installation Vista.
He's getting set round as an incoming door, so we will make our way through the back of the grid. 3, 2, now set up for the pole position. All the van buyers are here.
I like this one.
So we look to be just about ready to go. The clock on the post. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Van Bangers Scottish Championship. So some mental
Right, some carnage here. Some it's stop and check the driver's okay, then we'll start it again. It's all good to go.
Sitting doing nothing now. One of the guys has got their horn stuck on, I think. I could feel that coming through by the way. I don't know if somebody was just driving this the horn on my horn. Scottish Championship. So with the Carl McLean in the 692 turning, nothing this man is asking if it's alright, there's nothing wrong with it. Go and squash a few more riders and so on. Once again, well, the vans that are ready to line up once again, the majority of them are still running, which is good. Hopefully back up and ready for the scrapyard.
Doesn't sound too good.
I think the horn's burned out on it. I think the horn's burned out on the Alfred one, the red one. That's where the horn's jammed on it. The horn's actually just melted. You can hear it's burned out. It's been on all that time. But, yeah, it's definitely from 95. Yeah. So I'll just get them lined up again and then they'll start the race again.
That's good.
There's a line up just about sorting that frog up here on the race control. The 178 man will lead them off to the Henderson. Oh, the 2025 Van Dyer Scottish Championship. We'll get the top speed down on top of just control race 20 from the race on that, what did you say? A really good race control. That's it, stop.
That was the first heat. Quite a lot of action in that. Brilliant. So I'll get the lap of honour and then I'll get the damage report after I watch the pro stocks, because the pro stocks are coming out. In fact, what I might do, yeah, I'll certainly be getting the damage report either before or more likely to be after the pro stocks, because I'm getting the track to be a quite quick. So I will get that lap of honour, then I'll watch the pro stocks, and then after that I'll go to the pits and get the damage report. Because there'll be a lot of repairs and that going on for a while. And there's a few races, good few races between this and this next heat up, so I'll get into the pits after that pro stock. So I won't record the pro stocks because I'll just get the video focused on the bangers, van bangers.
Last 3 races on yours? Aye, just came to a bit of fun and managed to win it, so. First of all, a couple of laps, what was your plan? What was going through your head? Just try to find the seat till I get pushed away when I'm out. Thanks for Hamilton!
Right, so I'm going to get some of the damage report. I watched the pro stocks and some of the damage with the vans in that first heat. and there is a firework display after the second heat of the vans, and I'll get some of the fireworks, but I'll not get them all because I don't want to make the video too long. I'm going to get the odd one or two just to show you the fireworks a wee bit, but I just mainly focus on the video for the vans. There's the Bangor race fans want to be seen as well in the video, so no problem there. It's fine. He's a fellow Bangor race fan like myself. I like the any form of bangers. Those stocks are like bangers, but there's semi-contact. Bangers are full contact. That's the most exciting. Right, so let's turn the camera around and show you the damage report.
Better not get close to it.
Very careful.
Yeah, look at them.
Come on, I'll get there.
This van's not that bad.
Walking into this, you need to like walk around the van. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. It's not bad.
Hi, you start stepping this up, Jack?
No,
Hold on.
let me put it down a second actually.
I was about to race, but my van's broken. The fuses got fused, the rain got in.
So it's quite ironic, the radio's actually still working in there, and I think they're listening to the match or something while they're doing the repairs. The radios are still working in some of the vans, so it's still serving the purpose. You know, the bangers, the radios are still being listened to, and yeah, quite unique. A banger, it's actually still got some kind of value. Listen to the radio. I'm going to have a look down this way as well. I think the Zach's is trailered by the looks of it, I think. So that one looks like it's probably on there for the night now. So that's quite a nice view as well, with the moon there just at the top. This first of all.
Thing you hit a puncture. Brian hit a puncture his trailer.
Alright. Before you get his camera back.
Now I understand why that's not going back. Jeez. That explains it. You see the pedals are just completely gone and the floor is no longer there for the driver floor. Pedals are actually way back there. So that would explain why that van isn't going anywhere soon, because all the pedals and the whole pedal box has been basically crushed right over towards the centre console. That's it. I don't think it'll take some effort to get that out again. I don't think they'll be able to do it tonight. I think well, that's at trailer now. That would be probably. We'll probably get maybe the engine or whatever out of it. You seen the state of this? There's absolutely no pedal box. It's just there's no driver floor. It's just gone, completely crushed in. That and corrosion.
Take a photo, yeah.
Tidy.
Came pretty quick, but I wear that one.
Long way to get to Crimmins, right enough. It's nicknamed the North Pole. It's between Fraserburgh and Peterhead, but they only run on a light during the day because they don't have floodlights, and it's a normally Sunday. Yeah.
A whole weekend.
I think it's every third Sunday or something, but they have a programme anyway, so you'll be able to record on. That's quite a smart picture with the moon there and the wrecked minibus. I quite like that shot, getting the moon in the. We're going to try and get that in if I. Let's see, we'll have to take the camera back a bit. So let's see the engine on this thing. Series. Yeah, that's the original engine. Like, I mean, it's got to be for something this size. They won't be able to.
For something of this size, you would counterfeit or may have had an engine replacement at some point.
An NVEG, yeah. Well, mileage as well. Depends on how well it's serviced and that. Again.
Exactly. If it's a bus, it'll be well serviced.
Yeah, it might still have the original engine right enough. It's oil changed and.
Or just behind the driver's door.
Just behind the driver's door, it's like really pushed in.
Going to have a look at the other minibus now, because I've not been up that way yet. Let's see what the condition of that one's like. So this has took a bit of a beating as well. This is the old. It's the 80s one, the C-Reg one, is it? Or is it the N-Reg one? 1994. So, going to be to record the second heat for the van bangers here at Lochgelly Raceway.
We've got another one making its way down here that looks intact.
Yeah,
I think we both did 1980s.
from the front, that Zach Murdoch's van that was down that turn.
So far.
There's the big bus, is it? Yeah, it's a big bus.
Hey!
Made that all. That was actually in good condition. The front of that's alright. Then you've got oh, that's Simpson's bus.
Yeah.
It's a jumbo high loader.
Right, they're all just about ready to rumble. So race fans, are you ready for the Van Bangers once again? We just need the fireworks and the Van Bangers at the same time. No, heaven sake, they're going nuts. I probably wouldn't tell him that, Jamie. No. Van Bangers heat number 1!
They call this heat number 1 because the first one was the Scottish champion. So this is like, they just refer to this as heat 1. Although it is actually the second heat of the evening, but they just refer to it as heat 1.
The red flag is out. To just check the safety of the 232. Jamie is trackside.
Yeah, I don't think it's for 232. I think it's for... So next one action from that Barry Ellis as he jumps. In the meantime, I will leave with some music whilst they still get the grid reordered for who won for the landmark.
Well, Jamie, I've actually...
Relining restarting the races very shortly. Checking on a driver earlier.
This for you and there, Jamie. So the rest of the van buyers that are running and going again in 692, I think it is out in front. So the Simpsons van then put into the infield from the former leading van then 307 Lewis Dixon. Happy to see him out of the race. So 178 is leading, 178 here. Goes from half spin, flat tires everywhere, debris everywhere, the exhaust system on home straight, not to say off the big boss.
Go on!
Go!
Go on.
There's 899 who wins then. The Simpsons band is out in front.
Oh, wait! Go on.
899 into the back of 189. And 692 in second is looking to come through. So here comes Carl McKellen then. He's racing right through. You can hear all his fans from here as he goes right through the middle. He's looking for the lead here. 692 on the back of 889. He's managed to get back for a couple of laps. He was down and he was into the race lead then. The 692 in front for the big bossy train on the opposite. Is he going to catch him? What? The checkers are out of my view, so I'm not quite sure how many laps of the go. Jamie, can you assist me on the lap boards?
So the checker flag is in Kyle's hand, but we are just waiting on one of the vans trying to make their way over the line of Storm Turn 4 to take a race win.
So it looks like it might be 180 to come round, I think.
Take the one, Sean.
Into the back of 692 down there. Massive hit onto Carl McKellen, better known as Young Spud. And I think it's going to be 180 who takes the checkered flags. Am I right, Jamie?
I'm sure the checker flag's going out there for Wednesday, Sean McCarthy.
So they're going with those, ladies and gentlemen, for 180, Sean McCarthy in the big boss.
Yes! He won. I don't know how. Like some miracle.
That's the second race of the evening. They'll be up again, so I'll get the lap of honour and the damage support as well. We've got the fireworks, I forgot about that, and I'm going to do the fireworks now.
Something wrong with the man, and it was a matter of half a straight away from a win here.
I know, just right at the end there, but his bias, you can't trust anybody in bias, so that's just the way it goes. So the one easier and Sean McConaughey managing to take the win in that race there. He's just about to get around well. I was going to say on his lap of honour, but it doesn't look like we have all the pace cars over there. Okay, we'll get something to try that. We'll get Sean round on his lap.
And then we'll be able to find out what idea it is you've got up your sleeve for the fireworks. Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot about the fireworks. I'll get the lap of honour, a bit of the damage support, and then I'll get some fireworks as well. A wee bit for the video, and then I'll get the final for the van bangers, all the race of course for that, and the lap of honour and the damage support as well. So I'll go and get some of the, I'll get the lap of honour for this one, then the damage support, a bit of the fireworks, and then of course the next heat for the vans. So they're just clearing the track now, and then once that's done, the fireworks are going away to
So just before we'll start the fireworks, etc.
He's going to do his lap of honour in his bus, so I'll get that for you as well. Sean McConaughey is going to do his lap of honour in the minibus, in the actual bus, the midi bus, rather than the minibus. So that's the midi bus.
As he comes round that far side then, it's the big bus taking the win in the Van Bangers heat number 1. Well, that's the winners in the first two. That's the it still is a decent effort though, but I think the crowd here tonight could do a better effort at it.
Right, so let's get a little bit of the damage report.
He's the racer, but I'm away. I'm getting fucking my dancing shoes. Yeah, great. You're no fucking job. That's definitely coming out.
Oh yeah, you doing?
Oh, good.
How you doing?
You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's been a good. Good to see that heat. Say 2 heats were wild. Oh, it was brilliant.
Brian.
Quite a few cars,
Just like Christian going that bit, he started spinning everything, That's the same as me, I like the thing they go do and just turn it up and you sit. When the red flag guys come. There's a wee trick to the accelerate as well. Of course you do. No, I'm told that when you wiggle it and push it, it doesn't go down. Underneath it, a rubber. There's a rubber underneath it. Take the rubber away and you get near.
the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, oh, fucking.
There's quite a bit of repairs to be done, and then of course the fireworks is there, so it's another banger just coming back to the pits for repair work. Oh well, I need to get the road from here because this is going out there.
Keep on. So you just need to get loaded. Hey, you've got that fucking.
So they're still clearing the track from van bangers, and then once they've done that, they'll put the floodlights off and start the firework display. Like I say, I'll get maybe one or two of the fireworks, or 3 or 4. I don't want to make the video too long. I'm just going to concentrate the video on the bangers, the van bangers. But I'll get the odd firework here and there just to show you what it's like. So here's 889, the Simpsons van coming in. Shaft is banging. That's what that banging noise is. Oh, sorry. Hey. So that banging noise was the prop shaft digging into the ground. As it was being pushed forward, it was digging into the ground. Oh, hello. Oh yeah, there you go.
I've got to see myself.
Yeah, you will do. Oh. That's quite a. You've seen the underside of that, the prop shafts, the exhaust hanging off it and everything. That's what that noise was. Yeah, that was being pushed. It was the prop shaft that was digging into the ground and it was getting flung up and hitting the bottom of the van. It's quite a noise. Yeah. It just echoes, so it's a hollow van, so all that sound just echoes in the. It's like an echo chamber. So. Without the exhaust hanging off it. So good, eh? Yeah, flat tyres and everything. Alright. Good one. Nice one, yeah, tidy. Nice, and that was a good heat, that. Yeah. It's mainly the bumper, like. Oh, the doors are off on this one. I keep thinking of that old film, the 1969 Italian Job film. So that was the prop shaft that was running direct up to the rear axle, and the prop shaft was basically just hitting the ground and digging into the bottom of the van. So he's got it started actually, this thing's running. Sounds like the big ends are going on it. There's a lot of knocking on the front. Could be the bottom end bearings or the main bearings. So the main bearings, that's what holds the crankshaft to the bottom of the engine block. Basically that's your main bearings, as the name implies. The big end bearings is at the bottom of the con rods. That's the connecting rods for the pistons that come down and connect up to the crankshaft. So you've got the big end bearings. So if the bearings are worn, the engine will just knock because there's movement. And I think the big ends on that engine, it sounded like it was knocking. So it's probably just the big end bearings or the main bearings, which is the, I would presume it would be a very similar kind of symptom. You get the knocking at the bottom half of the engine. It's like a heavy knocking sound. Whereas if it was the top half, it would be more like the tappet sound. You know, valves, a lighter kind of knock because it's lighter at the top. But the bottom end of the engine is the heavier part. Now if I've got this one going, I'll get this engine started on this. There you go. Nice one. This is quite smart actually. Quite impressed with this. We've actually got the engine going, burst intercooler. Oh, right. I've obviously got the fireworks started, so I'm going to make my way over to the track site to watch a wee bit of fireworks. But before I do, I want to see this. This is pretty smart. Kenny's actually driving it like that. Cool. Whole engine and everything was scraping along the ground. That thing still goes. Hey. Yeah, that sounded the part, that. Oh, the broken glass. Oh, look at that.
Have you got another one?
Carnage.
Have you got another one?
That's all the broken glass down there because as the door was being closed, all the residue glass at the bottom there was just vibrating. It's a typical sort of carnage crash sound. Whoa. That's how you get the wheel off the bottom of the van. I want to get myself up to the firework display to see some of this. I'll come back to the pits later on, but I do want to see a little bit of the fireworks, so I better get going before I miss it all. Alright, right, so this is the back of this one as well. Right, so I'm going to get myself over there. I'll get a wee bit of footage for these as well. So I've got quite a bit of the dam support there after heat 2 of the race tonight. So I'll get the fireworks. Good fireworks display. So I'm still here, been here about 5 and a bit hours, it's back at 10. It's been busy, so I had the firework display as well, but it is very cold. But the vans are coming up for the final and DD as well, so I'll record all of this for you. Just obviously waiting on more vans coming out.
think with Leeds can, over the years, people just replay or midplay updates about what's happening on the stock car racing world and who's winning what. Usually it's just,
He's got the radio on.
It's so far away. What's your plan for this one? Smash up in this one, scrap on Monday. And then go but maybe you can come over thing. Exactly that, it's the way as a man.
So it's just going to be straight into a demolition derby. That's good.
So as soon as Mr. Carter drops that green flag, as go any way around the track you want, just don't cut through that bit on the middle and let the lines by any means necessary. The only winner here will be the last one winner. That's exactly right. That's the other people coming to see, so that's what the guys are getting the time this evening. Before they said that number back at the result this season, they were a last one on the track. There was 7.5 turn on into the gate for the tour track there. So as soon as that green flag drops, that ball will be held for there as it will be for the season.
Even more vans come out for the DD.
The last van standing in.
It's another van out on track. It's what we like to see. The more the better.
On one of the big buses.
Taking the attack mode, they're in the attack positions. So it's just going for straight to a demolition derby, so they're all reverse.
Oh, there's the bonnet.
Walking the man into the reverse to try and take out the front all the way at 0-1. Make sure that it does stop running. It looks like it has been successful now. Into the left again. As he going all the way to the back. I think he was trying to race him. Although I definitely think the time he's probably going to make the right. There's a second time yeah. There's actually 5 pounds stop. He's going to get a wee bump start there for him, the bus. He's going to get a goal again. 7.55. Looks to be stuck where it is. So we're going to get headed round. The someone from people in the buses there. 9-0. There isn't any signs that it seems to be going on. Yeah, the little buses are getting up against the other dams.
Fair enough. That's it, he's supposed to do it.
There's a one comes up for Paul Rowling there. 7.55. As he wheels the vans in. 1-0, trying to go for another hit. And there we go. That's no space. And goes from the quality. I feel there was a failure. Losing 74 has managed to get himself stuck on the back end of 7.55 back. Paul Brown still trying to move the vans in. There goes Sean McGonigal. Look at the number of big guys actually. There we go, trying to take out the 7.55 man and make sure that the engine is dead. It doesn't look like there's no real boss moving into that at the moment, and that looks to be it. On with the confirmation, and that red flags that we're going to miss their start, red flags please. So thank you very much ladies and gentlemen for joining us here at Lochgelly. Let's continue our division match, Squash Monsters, and the charity races and experiences as well. Thank you. And a big thank you again to Ryan for joining me.
So that was the Demolition Derby for the final race of the evening. So it's not bad. A lot of action up there, but I got some good action earlier on. I'll get the damage report after this as well. If they're doing a lap on or whatever, then that'll be it. So it was a good evening. I enjoyed myself. It was good. So I'll be going into the pits. It's actually quite late. It's 10:30. So I've been here 5.5 hours and it's quite chilly, but it was worth it. I enjoyed it. It's a big event. So they're just clearing off the track now. So there isn't really a lap on or as such, it's just sort of like clearing the track. So I'll just get the damage report in the pits as well, but I'll get a wee bit here as
Do you have flip-flops or have you got an iPhone? Do you have flip-flops? Why does every van have a straight up? Well, that was
That's a nice one, that. That looked a great picture. Have you seen the back of it?
Aye, that's the one that is still driving round.
Aye.
Look at the engine though.
Oh, aye. Yeah, it's all thing you do.
Oh, that's nice worse than that,
Water
isn't it?
Water pump.
My shot. Aye, it's actually like sheared a lot of the stuff off. Yeah, a lot of the like tubes and all that. Not good. That worked out really.
Yeah, it's quite a bit to go to get them clear up though. Looks like this. I never got you on the lap of honour, but at least I'll get you in the picture here in the pitch, that's good. So that was the winner for the Demolition Derby for the Scottish champion with the Van Bangers 2025 here at Lochgelly. It's got their medal. So I was doing a... That's it. So there's still some more buses, vans and that. The two buses I think are still on the track. So I'll hang on till they get all the vehicles off the track, like, and then I'll get ahead. There's another one going away. So there, number 22. Just leaving the pitch now for the night. And then we've got the Livingston's mobile tyre one. It's trailered, and there's still a few on track that need to be removed. Oh, there's the other one here that I missed. I never saw that one. 232, sorry. Just trailered up for the night. Oh, might actually probably get that one back out again for another meeting, perhaps. Then again, depends. The engine's good and the drive's good, although looks like the back prop shaft's sheared to the drive shaft. It's come right off the diff, look. So it might need a bit of repair work to get that back on again, because the differential gearbox is there and the prop shaft has come sheared right off. I'm sure they'll probably get it going again. On the underside of this one, that's the prop shaft that's connected up. Runs right the way along to the transmission with the silencer. It's 11:15 at night, so I've been here about nearly 6 hours. That's been a big night, So yeah, I got quite a long video, I reckon. So I reckon that one's just going to get forklift trucked onto this trailer here, or maybe not that one, but then one over there maybe. Perhaps that one. Yeah, it looks as though it is. Yeah. That's 271, that's a Pro stock. It's a Vauxhall Astra Mark IV 3-door. It's probably a 1.6 or something. That's a Pro stock formula. It's the semi-contact. Light bangers are just normal cars that have the semi-contact, so that's a Pro stock. That's what they look like. The typical type of car. It's the typical cars that they use for the Pro stocks, so like the Vauxhall Astras, Focus, Ford Focus. Then you've got the Vauxhall Corsa, which is slightly smaller. They're kind of like your typical Pro stock type cars. It used to be at one time, many years ago, the Ford Sierra was a favourite rear wheel drive one, but they're now, well, they're probably extinct. So they use the front wheel drive. Next to your pastures. There's another van just coming off. It's got the end of that way. And then there's one there, and then there's probably maybe one or two left on track. Just walking over towards this banger. I think the radio is still working on it. So we can hear it blaring away. In fact, it definitely is still working. It's quite ironic, really, when you're looking at a wreck like that anything could still be working. But yet the hi-fi system's still working. Incredible, is it? You wouldn't think anything would be alive on that, but it is indeed still working, the radio. You wouldn't think it, would you? You'd think that was just a dead scrap, there'd be nothing working on it, but the radio was still working and everything.
Best pals for the worst time.
Ah, there we go. It's one of the buses. It's got pushed off with the forklift. So you can clearly see there's still a few bangers still on track that are needing to get stretchered off.
I don't think that.
Nice. It looks as though that forklift's probably overheated engine or something. There seems to be a heck of a lot of steam coming from it. It's probably, I don't know, head gasket. It's hard to tell. It's certainly steaming up quite a bit. It's unusual to see a lot of steam coming from one of the actual recovery vehicles. It's usually the bangers you see that kind of stuff happening from. It's been working all day, so it's probably just overheated, I think. So speaking to the forklift driver, I think it's just the radiator that's gone actually, rather than the head gasket or but it's not often you get to see one of these things that are in distress. Normally they're the ones that are doing the stretchering and recovery, but this workhorses, I suppose even these tough machines need a bit of attention now and again. Works all day, does a lot of hard work. So that's the bus. It's going away to get put onto the recovery lorry. So it's actually, it doesn't look like totally destroyed, it still looks like a bus. So there's not much left at the back on this thing, it's been completely put in. It's totally been beaten up now, but it's actually done alright. So this big machine's going to be winched up onto the recovery truck, and the guy's using the remote control to operate the winch. And there she goes. That's how it works. It just basically winches up remotely, of course. The driver's in the just keeping the wheel straight while it's getting loaded up onto the recovery lorry. And that winch is very, very, very powerful. We use mechanical advantage like gearing, and gear principle multiplies torque to give the pulling force for the winch. Because this thing weighs about 4 tons, this mess, so it just pulls it up there like a toy. So the tremendous force on that cable. And it's quite a steep incline that's pulling all that weight up. And there she goes. And then that lorry, when the platform will then go into the lorry chassis, just like that there. I'll probably have a wee watch of that as well, see what that looks. It'll be a hydraulic principle, hydraulic rams that will operate that ramp system. Oh, that's quite an unusual sight, I'll tell you. Picture of that. That's quite heck. That is really impressive, like. Jeez. You don't see a transit van like that very often. Gosh. That thing will weigh about 2 tons and it's just been lifted like a toy. Wow, that's a very unusual sight. I can assure you wouldn't see that every day. Oh, that's an impressive sight. The chain though is very, very powerful, hardened steel. Oops, let's see the lorry going away. It's 94, just going away home now. Let's get a great view of the underside of the Hanger 206. Plastic fuel tank, I think, exhaust, silencer, prop shaft, or is it front wheel drive? I think it's prop shaft. No, it is front wheel drive. It's a trailing arm. I think it is front wheel drive. Unlike the other bigger ones which are rear wheel drive. Like that one there, for instance, that one's sort of rear wheel drive, but the prop shaft is broke off the back axle. This one's transverse engine, front wheel drive, meaning the front wheels are driven from a transaxle transmission stroke axle, which will have a differential gearbox incorporated in with it. Most passenger cars are front wheel drive and use that principle as well, the transaxles. So that big bit of metal there is the subframe. That supports chassis, engine, suspension and all that. Bus going, that's the platform on the lorry levelling out with the bus on the back, just in its resting position. I'll get a wee look at that one, number 50, later on in a second or two. Gosh, it's after 11 o'clock. It's been a long one, I'll tell you. It's been a long meeting, and the fireworks and that as well. It's been a big meeting. So that's the bus, and it's loaded up on the lorry. That's a fuel tank there, I think. Chassis, leaf spring suspension. Yeah, that's petrol, diesel tank there. Then you've got the prop shaft. That's your centre bearing for the prop shaft. Actually, that might be a retarder, a brake retarder as well. Maybe an electric brake retarder. Basically acts as a secondary brake using maybe a magnetic principle, electromagnetic principle, so it's like a motor in reverse that helps and assists with the surface brake. You get hydraulic retarders that are generally used in the automatic transmission. It basically does the inverse of a torque converter and it assists with the braking. I think this is hydraulic brakes rather than air brakes as you would get on the big buses. This is like hydraulic, I think they're hydraulic brakes. Just like your car. Whereas the bigger buses, your double deckers and full size buses and coaches are air brakes. There's a steering box. there's another one going away home. So I'm just making sure that I'm being very, very careful, because it's kind of standing in a blind spot there. You would never ever do that unless you were absolutely sure there wasn't going to be any, the lorry wasn't going to move back, because the driver wouldn't see. And of course, they might have reverse cameras, I don't know, but it's good practice that you, if you can't see the driver, then the driver can't see you, sort of thing. So it's always good practice just to be aware if you're ever standing behind one of these things. But, you know, so be careful. It's a solid axle suspension on the front, probably a Ford steel front axle to support the weight of this massive bus. So it's going to have up there, and its payload, which is going to be heavy. It will be a heavy duty axle. The rear drive axle, differential gearbox in the centre. Now again, just be very careful and standing where they can see the mirrors anyway in the lorry, so the driver would know if and standing here. So I'm just being very careful anyway. So that's interesting. The other van is James Slater's ice cream van, 687. I'll get a wee look at that in a minute. I'll make my way over there as I make my way back to the car, because I'm going to have to round the video off. I'll have a look at 50. I haven't seen that one close up yet after the DD. So I just straighten it up, put it on the trailer.
Who's that? I'll take you back. Wee back. Hey, up.
So there's actually still some fans on track, because let's say one of the forklifts overheated, so they're kind of down on the recoveries. So it takes a lot longer for them to clear the track. But I'm going to get the footage of this close up. There's another one being recovered off. I'm not sure how many's left on track now. But this thing was already pretty much in a bad shape when it started this meeting tonight. But it's kind of like totally finished now. Totally well and truly gone now. I mean, it's going out with a bang. Totally destroyed. Used to be an ice cream van originally. I've got footage of this van doing its race. I think it was at Kilbeath. It's totally wrecked. Yeah. Everything's on. Yeah. Oh, front out of your chassis. You see the chassis right? Bloody hell, look at that. Yeah, that's the chassis. That's actually the chassis. It's completely twisted. It's just, that's one of the main beams. It's the fourth thing, and it's just bent like a. I'm just amazed at the state of the chassis. The actual chassis leg is totally gone on it. Oh. Jesus. Like another van being recovered. Yep, sure is. And I better watch it that it doesn't tip over. Oh, you bugger, that getting right at the road. Looked a little bit scary there as it was going to kill. So you might see the back wheel going the opposite way around. That's the differentials causing that. Yeah. That's just carnage. That's part of the chassis, it's been lifted away there. Part of the chassis leg. It's just rusted out. It's going to be get loaded onto the trailer, and apparently there's still 2 vans out there. So it is a rather late night, I'm sure you of that. Oh yeah, fuck it, I'm watching what's going on here. Oh, it's pretty scary, isn't it? It's not often you see that. You wanted to see it earlier on though. That other one was on a chain, it was just literally hanging by a chain. But this one's forklift truck. Oh. It's pretty scary when you see it tilted like that, but it is under the forklift's got at the bottom of it, so there's no way it's actually going to tip over because it's resting on the forks. So it's actually, it just looks like precarious, but it's actually leading in towards the forks. But you just got to get it back when it's at rest. This is where the chassis leg at the front's gone. Yeah. That's where the chassis leg would have been. You can see the box channel dead ahead. I'll change it in. Focus the camera. That's where the chassis leg would have extended out to the front, but it is obviously completely and utterly sheared off because of the corrosion and the shear impact damage. Now I've got to watch the trip because it's very dark and it's bright light. Dazzles, so be careful. You can see the state of the floor. So just if you imagine the main structure of the beam is gone, it's just totally missing, rotten. Due to a mixture of corrosion and impact damage. So the other front chassis legs all buckled down as well, you can see it, it's all caved in. That's meant to be an actual beam, a straight beam going right across. It's meant to be straight. That's the structural integrity of the van, and you can see it's no longer straight. It's all bent down and buckled, so there's nothing holding the front of the van together. The engine's actually all, it's resting on really nothing. It's structurally compromised big time, so it's just a wreck now. Impressive, look, it's banger racing it goes. So there's another van coming off track, 272, it's been lifted off. I think that's the only forklift, well there's 2 forklifts. So there's a forklift down, obviously it's going to take a lot longer now for the, I think lucky the forklift broke down at the end of the meeting. I think with the extra weight with the big vans and that. The buses has probably overheated it slightly as well. So in Still here, it's going on 11:30 at night. They've got finally the last last vehicle coming off track, and then once that's done they put the floodlights on. So it's completely quiet now. Hardly any, well, there's nobody here really. It's quite eerie now. I'll show you. So it was really busy earlier, and now it's just more or less silent. And then once that van stroke, or the bus, once the bus is off, if I get this to focus, I'll show you. And then that'll be it. I'll pretty much just round the video off after I've had a wee closer look at that. So it's almost quite sort of eerie when you're used to this environment being so busy and so vibrant and so much happening, and then suddenly it's quiet and there's nobody around and hardly anything around. It's also quite late as well, and if you could get the full moon in there, or part of the moon if it was out, there it is. So yeah, it's kind of eerie, like, you know, you don't normally see it like this. That's the last vehicle off the track. I'm going to just pretty much round the video off once I've had a closer look at it. And there's the floodlights going off as well. I could show you that just. So the last time I saw them off, and that'd be the security lights coming on there, I think. But the last time I saw them off is when they were doing the fireworks. Some 4 hours ago. Or 3 hours ago. So that's what Lochgelly looks like with the floodlights off. And there's nobody around. And there's the final bus coming off back into the pits. And there it is. It's going to turn up towards the right hand side. So as you can tell, everybody is home. Well, nearly everybody rather is home. We're only the last few here. We're still here. So I've got the moon as well, and I've got the moon and the bus. Picture. It's been a very long one, yeah. I mean, this is like getting on for probably the latest I've been here.
Yeah, this is the latest I've been.
11:30. I don't think they're going to put a soul beside of that. You know, but they're going to. I think they're going to lift the. I thought they maybe are actually going to do that. Yeah, they're going to put. Oh, yeah, puncture a hole in the side. That means they could lift it up. I think better. I think that's what they're going to be able to do. Yep, just cutting the hole in the side for the forklift to go through. Yeah, probably make it easier to lift or something. Ah, yeah, that's what they're doing. So the driver's side through the, and then it'll just lift up that way. Probably because of the type of trailer, it needs to be lifted from the top. So, there's the other bus leaving. It's going to be home, and the lorry. In the back of the lorry, that is put on a good show. Probably just going to go to the scrapyard, that bus, and this one will probably be heading in the scrapyard as well, I guess. There may be salvage bits off, I don't know, but presuming it'll just be going right to the breaker yard. I hope I'll get this torch light on if I could. You know what? Show you some of the mechanical bits. So it's actually held up. It's held up quite well, actually. I really want to lean against the front because there's probably wet paint and oil and stuff. So, There isn't even a step to go in.
That's us off.
Eh,
That's us just heading.
is that you off, is it? Yeah, I'm going to be heading shortly as well, actually. So that's that. It's now 25 to 12, I think.
Let's see. It is.
About 25 to 12.
Just after 11:30.
Just after 11:30 at night, Saturday the 1st of November 2025, here at Lochgelly. And that was the Van Bangers Scottish Cup for the first one and the other two heats in the Demolition Derby. So, with the wreck behind me, I'll use that as a closing scene to my video. Impressive. Right, see what else I put up a channel. I'm going to be going to the Cowdenbeath Raceway one in January for the New Year's meeting, which will be Van Bangers again. Probably other bangers, but I'll probably just record the van ones. And then I've got the big one down at Hedensford Hills Raceway, the Civil War, North versus South, where there could be up to 200 cars, different classes. I've done a couple of videos on the Civil War banger racing before for January this year and January last year previous. So for January next year, 2026, I plan on doing that as well, going down to see that. And I'll make a video of it. But I'll just record some of the banger races because there's like 13 or 14 races and I wouldn't be able to record all of them, but I'll get the highlights like what I did last year. But anyway, for this video, I enjoyed that and I hope you did as well. So, see what else about my channel and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.